Hey there, my name's Taylor. Whether I'm traveling by air, land, or sea, I want to use my skills and various methods of travel to explore our beautiful planet. Subscribe to join me as I navigate life with my sense of adventure as my compass. Well, it's a gorgeous day here in Mexico, and we've gotten off the boat for a little bit for some land adventure time. And in true Taylor's travel style, I've got something special in store today, and I'm gonna take a little moped for a ride all the way around the island, see what I can find, and yeah, just kind of have fun with it. It's really a treat to be able to ride around on land after being on a boat. You kind of appreciate it so much more, I think. So first things first, check out my ride. Oh, hi there! Where'd you guys come from?
Been walking around. Looks like you found a bike, huh?
Yeah, I found myself a little scooter. I tried to translate that I was looking for a real motorcycle, but this is what I got. So I'm gonna go out for a little rip. Bye. So we drove by this really neat spot, and it's got a lookout, and the water behind me, I don't know if I can get it to focus, but the water is just amazingly blue, probably the bluest water I think I've ever seen. And right over it is a zip line. So I'm feeling pretty adventurous. It's $40 US to do the zip line, and then with that they said that I have included the full bar and access to the pool. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment. I went in, paid the money, and went to do the zip line, and they would not let me film. Not even with my GoPro, even if I could clip it on and still use two hands. So I was like, well, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this, is to film. So I got my money back and didn't do it. But now I've moved on to the south point of the island. Got myself a little iced coffee. And this view here is absolutely gorgeous. There's a little lookout that you can do. There's a little bar and some shops around. After a good bit of riding around, I've made it back to kind of the main strip. Yeah, I'm just kind of walking around, do a bit of shopping, see what kind of stuff they've got. There's tons of cool little shops and market areas and bars. It's so interesting going from being isolated on a sailboat to being in such a chaotic place where there's so much going on in such a small amount of space. sensory overload walking around these crowded, busy streets. But it's a really interesting place. There's so much to see and do. And like the narrow little streets with all the shopping and so many bars. I would definitely recommend Isla Mujeres if you're coming around to Mexico for sure. After a long, hot-ass day of biking around and touring around, I think I've earned myself a drink at a very cool spot. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been a great day just getting to fly around, drive around. I just toured around the island, did a bit of shopping. I'm sad that I didn't get to do the zip lining, but that's okay. Yeah, it's good to just get out and have some fun and drive around. After enjoying a bit of the local live music, I headed down the road and stumbled across a couple of cowboys gathering up quite a crowd, so I decided to stop and see what all the fuss was about.
Nobody.
Basically, they just have a small pen for the horses where they allow people to come and ride around free of charge. With a full day of roaming wild under my belt, it was nice to be able to come back home to the safety of Delos. I'm getting baby cuddles.
Wow.
It's a rare occasion. She was denying me baby hugs, and now look where we are.
Cuddles and
Cartoons. Not a bad life, hey nugs.
Thank you. Feeling better?
I think all of us were pretty happy to have the opportunity to stretch our legs and do some land adventures. But throughout our time in Mexico, we never shied away from a spontaneous dinghy exploration mission in Maggie.
Whoa.
Salud! Salud!
All right, Brian.
Oh, gracias.
Refills?
Do you need a refill, Kaza?
Sure, I'll take a look. It's like the opposite.
It's like the opposite.
Sorry,
how's
what?
the Dutch?
Crocodiles.
She's expiring fast.
Turn around then. Oh, we made it.
Yeah, we made it to the end, guys. See you. Anyone have a crocodile?
Yay, Nugget, you did it!
Here comes a big one. Wow.
Just a short ride away from the marina on one of our spontaneous dinghy exploration missions, we found this gem of a snorkel spot. It was nice to see such a healthy reef and wide variety of sea life in such a popular tourist destination.
Is it good?
That was awesome. That was one of the best snorkeling I've done in a really long time.
Beautiful.
So and the lighting was like perfect. No people. It was really good.
And we had the current with us. We're just flying through.
Yeah, it was great.
Your snorkels are nice. What did you see?
Some fishies.
Lots of fishies.
A lot of healthy coral. A lot of barracuda.
Yeah, I know. They were looking at me. The barracudas were like, I'm gonna get you.
You dove down once, and one like came after you, and I was like, ah! Okay. No, it was great.
Mexico is well known for its countless cenotes. Cenotes are essentially natural freshwater sinkholes, which are the result of collapsed bedrock that exposes the hidden pools of groundwater underneath. With over 6,000 of them in the Yucatan alone, they are all very different from each other. Some of them have wider openings at the surface, and are commonly populated with tourists and locals alike looking to catch a quick dip. Others may have a smaller opening, but beneath the surface lies an intricate network of caves and caverns. One of my own personal highlights for this whole trip in Mexico was getting the opportunity to actually scuba dive in these cenotes. It was such a drastically different experience from any other scuba diving I had done out in the open ocean before. It felt almost as if I had been transported to a completely different planet. Floating weightlessly through narrow rock passages and giant boulders was pretty magical. I was totally blown away by this whole experience, from the way the glistening beams of light pierced through the darkness, to the fascinating stalactites and stalagmites coating the walls. I definitely felt that raw, pure excitement of seeing and experiencing something totally new for the first time again. One of the many things that made my experience in Mexico so wonderful was finally getting to fulfill my desire of riding a real motorcycle.
Made it here to another beautiful cenote. There are so many of these around Mexico, and basically they're just freshwater sinkholes. They're actually really interesting because they were an essential source of water for the Mayans, and they were actually considered to be the gateway to the underworld. So there was kind of like a spooky vibe to them, but they're just really special and really unique, unlike anything that I've ever swam or snorkeled in before, especially because it's fresh water and you can dive down and there's so much more below the surface, which I think is just incredible. Thanks to our friends Brock and Millie, they actually loaned me the motorbike, so I was able to drive around. I'm super happy. I'm having a wonderful time here in Mexico, and it's a nice last little land adventure before hitting up a new crossing. Well, it has been an absolutely fantastic month spent here in Mexico. Really just enjoying everything that this country has to offer. I feel like we got to do a lot of the things that we really had on our list, from cenote diving, and I got to ride a motorcycle, which is the one thing I really wanted to do. But the last little while we've kind of been waiting for a perfect weather opportunity to do this passage to Panama. Now we finally got the opportunity. So we had some more crew fly in, Jade and JC, that are joining us. With our amazing new girl crew complete, we began what would be over a 1,000-mile passage.
Bye-bye, Mexico! Mwah. It's been so good! Panama, here we come! Woo!
What do you think, Sierra? Are you ready to go to Panama? All right, we're on our way!
Esvidelos has released a series of videos capturing this passage, so be sure to check it out on their channel for a more in-depth view. Our 7 days at sea was filled with nothing but love, laughter, and good vibes from the entire crew.
Get down and do it.
There we go!
That's a good one.
This passage in particular was extremely empowering for me. It was just so good for my soul to be surrounded by other strong women sailors, creating strong bonds and memories to last a lifetime.
I'm catching so much!
And although at times it had some challenges, doing this passage with a baby on board almost made it that much more enjoyable.
What is she doing, Nux? Riding the witch? She's just looking at me. Is that funny? Yeah.
I suppose at some point, as all the days started blurring together into one, part of me felt like I had been set free. And on top of that feeling of pure freedom was the sense that I had truly grown, learned, and gained a lot of knowledge.
You big fella ease on that.
Big fella ease!
Okay, good. Let me know when you're ready. Get ready. Nice and slow.
Yeah.
Before we knew it, a week had flown by, and we were feasting our eyes on the first sights of land in Panama. Though once we finally stopped moving, we started to realize just how stir-crazy we were all going. We were very excited to plant our feet on solid ground again. We made our way into town to absorb more of this vibrant and lively area of Bocas del Toro. To be honest, I didn't really know all that much about Panama and didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised, to say the least. It didn't take me very long at all to fall completely in love with this place. So much so that I could say that this is probably one of my favorite places I have ever traveled to. I spent my last few weeks aboard SV Delos, soaking up the sun, sea, and sandy beaches as much as I possibly could. But sadly, nothing lasts forever, and all good things must eventually come to an end.
Well, the sad day has come on Delos.
Hey!
Gonna miss you. It's been a crazy 3 months.
It's been a wild ride.
When I think of all the things that we did and like all the random places.
It's been a lot.
You were supposed to come
Crazy.
for 2 weeks and it ended up being almost 3 months. That was
We have a
wild.
tendency to suck people in.
Yeah, I warned you.
It's been
I was
been
really
amazing.
happy to have like the extra hand. I felt like you learned a lot, and I felt so comfortable with you, like knowing how to change the sails and like, yeah, it was amazing. The Sierra has grown so
Oh
much.
my gosh, you helped so much with the little nugget. You changed your first poopy diaper.
I will forever remember you, Sierra,
You're no longer a
as the
poopy diaper
first
virgin.
person I ever changed a poopy diaper for. For real though, you guys have taught me a lot.
Hey.
Oh, I'm emotional. No, for real though, you guys have been amazing. You've been so nice, and you've taught me so much, and you're such a beautiful mom, Kaza. You're such a good mom. And you guys are just giving her the best childhood, and you inspire so many people. I think that's the craziest thing to see out of all of this, is the positive impact that you guys have on people is pretty amazing. You guys are special.
We'll see you soon though.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not goodbye. It's see you soon.
See you later.
Little
See you
Nugget, do you
later.
think I can get a hug?
Baby hug.
Oh!
Come on in, Tay. Oh. You're a damn fine sailor, Tay. You're an even better drinking and smoking buddy. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been amazing.
It's been real.
And wherever we are, you always have a home. I'm screwed up too. I never cry. Fuck. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna
It's
miss
been
you
real
guys.
good.
You guys are
Group
amazing.
hug. Group hug.
I love
Group
how
hug.
this batteries is blinking.
Oh jeez! Nuggets! Now comes the real truth. How heavy is this bag, and can I even lug it out of this door? Goodbye, cabin. It's actually been a really nice, my own little space up here. Pretty cozy. Delos is such a good boat.
Isn't she? She's got a lot of good vibes.
She's
We're all
solid.
soaked right into this wood. All the good vibes are soaked right in there. Oh wow.
Now there's a little piece of me here. Okay. I don't know if I can fit through the door.
Jeez.
Oh, are you doing another nugget cam? Can you say goodbye? Bye.
Wow, you've gotten so good at nugget cam.
Bye.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4. Taylor, I love you so much. I'm gonna miss you so much. I am so glad you stayed so long. We got to know you so well.
I know, I'm so
And this
glad
is a
I got
goodbye.
Some good friends.
Yeah.
You guys are so awesome.
You are too.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, it's not goodbye. We're literally
Yeah.
not saying goodbye.
We'll see you. I'll torture you in Annapolis, don't worry.
You're such a man.
Okay, bye.
It's been real.
You ready for your last rip and Maggie?
I love Maggie.
She's a good dinghy, huh?
solid girl. All right.
Whoa, like a champ!
First shot.
Bill cracks himself up.
Love you guys. Ciao for now. Bye. Bye. Aww. What a good boat.
She's a good boat. She's got a lot of soul, that one.
Moving on from a grand adventure like this is tough, and even more difficult to put into words just how much Brian and Karen had given me over the last few months. With my eyes still filled with tears, I boarded the plane and reflected on what a wild ride it's been.